So the trade deadline came and passed, and as far as I know, only one trade. We traded Big Cat Leonard Williams to the Seattle Seahawks for a 2024 second-round draft choice and a fifth-round selection in 2025. We got back more for him in this trade than we gave up for him in the trade to get him from the Jets in 2019, which is kind of wild. But I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we basically took on the rest of his contract for this year. And the Seahawks are paying the vet minimum for the final 9 games. So, a lot of people saying it's sad to see him go, but it was like not shocking, not surprising. It was expected. And he'll forever be known, sadly, and everyone has said this and everyone acknowledges it, that he'll be better known for a bad trade from the GM in a lost season and an overblown contract, like a bad contract, as opposed to what he should be known for, which is his great play. Problem is he never played up to the contract because it was like a contract that no one can play up to. It put him on par with, or put him above guys like Aaron Donald, and he just did not play quite as good as Aaron Donald. Was he average? By no means was he average. Definitely above average. But when you're the highest paid player, that's rough. So unfortunately, that's what his legacy was tied to while he was here. And that's the criticism that I always gave him. It's like, yeah, but you're getting this kind of money, so you need to play even better than you are. But I think if you take away the money, it's like, we're going to look back and be like, he was one of the better players that we've ever had. He started 53 of 61 games from 2019 to this season. He was a team captain last year and this year, twice named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week in the final 5 weeks of 2021 season. One of 3 Giants to start every game in 2021. His 81 tackles that year were the 4th most by any NFL defensive lineman. Pretty huge. Previous season, 2020, the COVID season, he had a team-leading 11.5 sacks. It was the most by Giants player since Jason Pierre-Paul's 14.5 in 2014. He was 3rd in the NFL with 30 quarterback hits and tied for 6th with 14 tackles for loss. He won the Player of the Week award twice, once for his performance against the Seahawks and that awesome 17-12 win that a lot of people have compared what should have been a win against the Jets with our 3rd-string quarterback who didn't throw the ball. And in that Seahawks game, that was Colt McCoy starting where like we couldn't throw it. And so we just we handed it off to Alfred Morris and Wayne Gallman, or no, just Alfred Morris. I don't know. That was the game where the defense like came alive and ate Russell Wilson alive as well. And then again in the season finale against Dallas, which was a huge win that was spoiled by Doug Peterson being a bitch. So yeah, I think that's a lot of people are applauding Joe Shane, and for good reason. 2nd round picks, very valuable. We'll see how those picks turn out. If they do turn out, we'll look back on this and say, wow, what a hole. No, we'll say, yeah, that was the game changer. But there's a lot going on with this organization that is just tough. Like, Daniel Jones was fully cleared to play on Sunday before the game, but it was ruled out on Friday. So if he's ruled out on Friday, why would you even bother medically clearing him on Sunday? Why not? Like, it's just, I don't know if it's miscommunication or just fumbling the bag or whatever, but it just seems like they've really butchered a lot this season. Like, just mismanaged and mishandled a lot. It's like, don't rule Daniel Jones out. Apparently there's a emergency QB3 rule. You dress him and then you hope you don't have to use him. And in this case, you probably could have used them. Also, why is Tommy DeVito on the roster if you don't feel confident enough in him to throw it on the field? Again, wouldn't it have been nice to just play action? And there was a play, and I don't know if it was towards the end of the first half. I think it was, where Saquon runs the angle route, and he's wide open, and the ball's tipped. And if it's not tipped, he catches it and it goes for a touchdown. So it's like, you see what's possible, but I guess that must have been enough for them to be like, all right, well, he can't even make this throw that would have changed. Like, why even risk it? It's not worth the biscuit. I guess. I don't know. I still think when you're that run heavy, any kind of play action has a good chance to succeed. Any kind. And you just tell them, just be uber safe. Like if it's not wide open, then just throw it away or take the sack. I don't know. So, there's a lot of I know Bobby Skinner from Talking Giants is pretty pissed about it, where, it's like they just like, what? Why did they roam out on Friday if he's medical cleared on Sunday? Why not just list him as questionable, suit him up? And then, he's saying that they didn't want to do that because then the optics would be bad. And then if Tyrod struggles, then people will be calling for Daniel to go in the game. I guess, if, Daniel Jones versus Tommy DeVito, I think you're going to take your chances with Daniel Jones. I don't know. Season feels lost for sure. Like I said, if you come out of these two games 1-1, you're I think I said I had 1% hope for playoffs after the 40-0 blowout loss at home in week 1. And it's gone down to 0.1% at this point. I can't bring myself to completely rule out this team. I can't do it. I know that's clown shit, but I'm a clown. What do you want? I just think with the defense playing like they are and guys coming back healthy, oh my God, eat the trash. So I don't know what to make of Daniel Jones at this point. The neck thing, I mean, it's two separate neck things. I guess that's better than the same neck thing. But it's a neck thing. And my mind immediately goes back to David Wilson in 2013 and, how he dominated in 2012 and then 2013 had the neck issues and he was out of the league after that year. I don't think he played in 2014. Maybe he did, but very promising career. Who's like, that guy was like a fucking weapon. And, we lost him to the neck thing. So it kind of feels like we could be looking at back next year and being like, oh man, Daniel Jones, what could have been if it weren't for the neck thing? I hope that's not the case. Tyrod Taylor was taken to the hospital. He's out of the hospital now, so that's good to hear. Rib injuries. Oof. What is the timeline on that? Oh boy. I'm gonna see y'all. So rib cartilage injury can take 6 to 12 weeks to heal, or up to 6 months. A rib fracture takes up to 6 weeks to heal. Bruised ribs 1 to 2 weeks. This is not helpful. I don't know why I thought I'd look up a medical condition on the internet and think I would get a solid answer. Idiot. So it could be weeks, could be months. I don't know. Probably not going to play this week.